Did they have a Mesmer?
Gun Squad? No,
Yeah.
they just have the two thieves.
Two thieves and one Scepter Focus
Ally.
Ally. And 2 staff allies. So we do have 10 seconds here before this third round is underway, with Gun Squad currently in control of the match, 2-0 right now, over the Guild Unknown. Guild Unknown empowers, and they're going into stealth early. Same thing reciprocating over on the south side with Gun Squad. Gun Squad kind of just hanging out, and some of them not really getting stealth. I don't know what their problems are there, because it seemed like last match they were able to get some pretty good stealth, but now they do have engaged now from the melee train over and deep onto the melee train from II. Gun Squad melee really separated from their caster, and they're going to actually lose a Necromancer in the process, as their melee just pushes too far north, and the Gun Squad and the II gank is actually able to produce it down there. And there is a Necromancer warrior out of position really far to the north for Gun Squad, as one of the gank members from II is getting rezzed. There is a downed Necromancer who gets all the way cleaved out from the Guild Unknown. So Gun Squad, and a second one down, a Thief down now from the north side for the Guild Unknown, as well as another Necromancer. So the Guild Unknown started the round, they almost had an advantage, and now they're down a couple players. There's 2 down up on the north side now. A Necromancer gets bannered or hard res, or maybe he rallies off of something, but I don't see any players down from Gun Squad yet. There's still 2 down now, and now a big melee bomb followed by the caster bomb from Gun Squad. Now the Liches come out, and that's just going to finish him up. That's going to go for the throat now on the Guild Unknown, as there are several players down now. Not much of a melee train left, as that is a big bomb that just catches 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 players down in the same, 7 players down in generally the same vicinity. And Gun Squad's very much in control of that match and the round so far, making it 3-0 on the set.
Yeah, we're just seeing Gun Squad with really strong single target once they get those downs, as well as follow-up. I think that Scepter Focus is really helping them get those bursts out, and then as well the finishers.
A lot of times when you see in a GvG, you can usually see kind of the tendencies of what class is starting to go down. Like maybe the melee train is struggling, maybe it's just the casters. For right now, Gun Squad, they're able to produce downs on pretty much every side of the Guild Unknown right now. There's Necromancers, there's gank players, and there's specifically warriors that are definitely going down pretty consistently for the Guild Unknown. So the Guild Unknown really needs to figure out a way to kind of alleviate themselves from the pressure from all 3 facets of Gun Squad, between their gank, their casters, and their melee train. And they're going to only be able to do that with some big playstyle and big composition changes. And we'll see what type of changes they do make going into this 4th round. And if you are watching this stream, I would certainly appreciate it if you do not attack me.
That's just formalities. Oh, attacking you? No. We currently have formalities. I don't think he enjoyed his shoutout.
Well, he didn't pay for it, so
What a scumbag.
take it back.
Also, I believe formalities is no longer the Dank Wizard either. I'm pretty sure he passed that title on to Divinia from Arc.
How does that title get passed along? Is there a ceremony?
Well,
Like a
initially
crowning?
I actually gave it to him. I had a pretty salty video against BMO on the forums. It was in response to one of their salty videos, but so I named out the Dank Wizard formalities, and he really liked it, so he took that name, and then I guess he passed it on to Divinia. I'm not sure if Divinia entirely accepted it though, so.
And this is actually, this is II's, is this their first matchup in this tournament so far, or have they already,
I think it's their 3rd, yeah, their 3rd.
Yep, they had Boo versus II on the 16th, and they faced off against him yesterday. And then this is the 2nd match for GS, also being their headline night.
And so we will see. I'm still waiting on a tick timer from either side. It sounds like it's going to be starting at 2:30, so you have another 3 minutes before this round is underway. as II is doing some melee drills up there on the north. Maybe it looks like they might have swapped something, or maybe they're discussing it still because they do want a full 3 minutes before this round starts, and so we might see a little bit of a different tactics right now for the Guild Unknown going up against Gun Squad from Yaxbend, or from Sea of Sorrows, and Gun Squad's currently in control of this match 3-0. Go ahead.
I think
Drigan. Oh, you
go ahead. Why not?
Okay, so this is kind of the classic hammer staff versus greatsword staff comp that we're having here. And what do you think, or what would you say, Drigan, is what I really need to be focusing on improving to start taking some of these rounds?
Well, you've seen it a couple times where they've had some necromancers go down early on the south side, and that's just a result from out of positioning and not able to really control any part of this Obsidian Sanctum. And when you do that, your entire backline is opened up to the gank, which is what we've been seeing, is how the gank from Gun Squad's been able to just produce kills pretty much anywhere on the field. And so that would be the very first adjustment, would just be better map awareness on what's happening on your side, which is basically any part that's north of their driver. The second thing I think they really need to work on is their melee right now, and their melee's ability to get a regroup. And part of that could be from the lack of a caster bomb. If their casters can bomb better, it might give their melee train more time to regroup and help their sustain, which helps everyone sustain so that the melee train can peel. So there's a few things II is going to have to do if they want to get better or have better results here tonight. Maybe they've done some comp changes to get some better caster pressure, but they're definitely going to need to do a few things to get back into this fight.
Yeah, when you think about counters to hammers, you think about, that the really pirate shippy kind of ag sort of play style where you're putting out a bunch of ranged pressure and you're making it so that the hammers can't push into you with their low mobility while keeping your high mobility with the great swords. Ideally, from the Guild Unknown, I'd like to see a lot more chill fields, static fields, all those coming out from their LEs, chill marks from Necros. Just control the GS melee. With the hammer leap is not very far, and it's ideally if they can keep that pressure on them, GS just won't ever be able to leap into the Guild Unknown without, being at half health or lower.
One thing to note about those chill fields and soft CC controls is we actually see the II Necros and LEs opting for the seaweed salad again instead of the plus 40% conti duration foods. And it looks like groups
and now this
match off to Drigan.
This match is underway as we do have the stealth going out from both sides. II is going to kind of sit back up on the north side, not really going to be pushing. We do have a lot of line of Wardians coming out though from them, as Gun Squad's still in stealth, and now they do come out of stealth, and they're going to open up with the Zealot's Embrace and the Engage. But their gank opens up on one of the Mesmers from II and immediately downs him, but he is in stealth. I'm not sure if they know he's down, and he's going to get cleaved out all the way, so immediately their gank is down. They only have 2 thieves left in this matchup, so that's a little bit of a deficit and disadvantage, certainly. Now, melee engage over here on the east side. One goes down from the Guild Unknown, and he's going to get punted away towards the stack. That's a little bit of a bad punt, but that's a Necromancer that goes out for the Guild Unknown. So again, Gun Squad in control of this match, but there is a thief down in or maybe I could be wrong on the class because there's 2 Shadow Refuges that go down, but a big counter bomb, melee and caster bomb going off from Gun Squad that creates 4 downs. 1 goes all the way down, and actually that was a Mesmer, so they all actually get bannered for the Guild Unknown. And now the thief is, there's only 1 thief left for the gank on the Guild Unknown. There is a low Elementalist towards the back, but the melee train for the Guild Unknown is kind of getting separated from their casters as 1 goes down inside the stack. That's an Elementalist, and I'm not sure exactly how he went down, but he is going to get all the way out before he can get hard res because of the amount of pressure. And now the Liches come out from Gun Squad, and just a lot of bombs, a lot of pressure, and really not a whole lot for the Guild Unknown to do, as they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, possibly 10 people down, as they're going to call this match, making it 4-0 for Gun Squad.
their gank is just setting up really good downs for the rest of their melee and casters to push onto, and then really it's just they just continually keep single targeting people that are low and just keep on that keep rolling over people basically. And I just not able to get solid regroups because they're lacking a soft CC kind of control from their casters, I'd say.
Yeah, and I imagine this, if you guys have been tuning into this all night, you might have seen IX versus Bomb earlier, and I imagine this is kind of a similar result, or similar look at least to how that GvG went, where one side just put as much pressure as they want and not really a whole lot of counter bombing, nothing to really keep them from pulling back, and II is just kind of getting beat up on as far as the aggression goes, as they're not really able to create any downs or put any pressure on Gun Squad.
So GS won the GvG, so we'll be locking in the giveaway votes now. The winner will be declared after the match is over. And then the 100 gold giveaway will be done then as well.
So you've seen II take a couple of different approaches on the engage. You've seen them be very aggressive and try to move towards the what they can see as far as gank goes, and they've used their leaps. They've tried to get pulls as much as they can, but they really haven't had a whole lot of effectiveness in that. So that last round, they tried to kind of sit back, and unfortunately for them, their Mesmer really, they overextended on the south side and was just opened up and immediately killed, downed, and cleaved out without anyone able to assist him, while the other two thieves for II had to pull back and regroup. And from then on out, it was kind of a spiral, being a 14 versus 15. There's no melee bomb for the Guild Unknown right now, and there's no caster bomb to follow suit. So this round is going to be starting at 10:00. We do have another 3 minutes before this round gets underway. If you have any questions, or you like what you see, or you just have a comment that you might want answered or thought about for the shoutcasting team, feel free to put that in Twitch. And again, thank you for tuning in right now with Gun Squad up 4-0 over the Guild Unknown. Next round starting at 10:00. And in the meantime, I will be watching the Twitch chat as much as I can to see if anybody has any questions, or maybe they have something that they want the shoutcasting team to cover a little bit better. Feel free to put that in the chat.
See Whitehelm's amazing thief skills in the middle of OS there for a little bit.
Just fucking with formalities.
So who do we have GvGing tomorrow, Jordan? Or is anybody even scheduled?
Let's see. Tomorrow we have UL versus Bomb, 10 p.m. As well as II versus whoever wants to meet the challenge. II is waiting for a matchup to be made for tomorrow at 11. If any guilds left on their list wants to do that.
And I do have a question from chat. He wants to know, what do you feel about the Azuran Elite using a Golem as a counter for pirate shipping? And my answer to that is really, well, I don't think it necessarily counters anything. Elementalists right now really don't have a whole lot of elites that are entirely useful. Best elite probably is honestly the Sylvari Take Root, just because that gives you a little bit more invuln, and maybe it's a little bit more useful. But it's not a bad option. It does counter a little bit because of the reflex that they provide, but it's not really necessarily game changing by any means.
Yeah, the only problem with them is you can't really control the reflex. The Golem will just randomly put them down. Other than that, they work really well against rangers because it creates these little bubbles where, you know, the ranger obviously can't shoot. And it also works as kind of a projectile soak. The golem will kind of run into or run near the enemy guild's train, and it'll eat, fireballs from Ellie's pressing one, or ranger shots, or necro life blasts and stuff like that.